Here we go.
Sing Sing originally premiered back in late 2023 to rave buzz out of the Toronto International Film Festival, and I immediately put it on my radar. It was poised to be a potential Oscar contender and really just an all-around great film, so I was immediately excited. While I personally don't think it hits that great status for me, there are a couple things that hold it back. It is a quite sincere film, and without a doubt, it's one that I really appreciated. But as we get into the rest of this review, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoy it, and comment down below your thoughts or expectations on Sing Sing. I think the thing that surprised me the most about Sing Sing is that there are some surprising bits of comedy, and actually a good handful of them. While some work, others don't, I think that it balances the two, and sometimes it does feel like a bit like a tonal whiplash, if you will. It's nothing too crazy, like it's not necessarily distracting, but there were some scenes that, with the score, is really just intensifying, and it gets to be pretty emotional, what it feels like. And then there's some jokes here and there, so I didn't love that. I guess it was surprising for me because from the trailer and just the overall thoughts previous to watching the movie, it just sounded like a really heavy drama. At times it was a little bit refreshing, but at other times it just felt like a little too much. But there's no denying the chemistry between these actors, some who were former inmates, and then you have actors like Colman, Domingo, Paul Raci in the mix as well. And when it comes to the performances across the board, they're all great. Colman Domingo gets his moment to shine, and I can easily see a Best Actor nomination in his future, if not a win. He is one of our finest actors working today, and I think with this performance as well, he just continues to prove himself with that title. In his freak out moments and in the more tender and honest moments, he just really is just great. And Clarence Macklin, who plays himself, as his first ever acting credit. He also was a part of the creative process of the film, and he was a former inmate himself. What an impressive debut performance on his end. And there's that sweet bond between Macklin and Domingo, and then in the final moments of the movie, they really just come together, and it's so sweet and wholesome, and it does pack a little bit of a punch. But speaking of an emotional punch, I feel like one of my issues with the movie and what kind of holds it back from that great status is that I wasn't entirely emotionally really affected on a deeper level. It's one that I appreciate everything that it's going for and just what it's doing for these people that are working on the film. I think that the film would have benefited from a couple more bits of character development. You get a good sense of it, and there are some deep character moments that do work, but I think that if you really just wanted to pack a real punch, in my opinion, the movie needed a little bit more. It does struggle kind of stopping and then starting a little bit. It feels like its pacing is a little bit off. There are times when it feels like it's really getting going and then it slows down. But two things that really added another layer to the film was the warm cinematography that just invites you in. It's interesting because you have that contrast between a pretty heavy film and then you have this warm cinematography. And I feel like they complemented each other well, even though they're kind of two opposites. The film captures a lot of the inmate lifestyle, the worry of leaving and not feeling like you don't know what to do with your life. And I definitely feel like the cinematography complemented that, where it feels like as dark as some moments can be, the sun is still shining through, and I think that was just really special. And also the orchestral score that made me feel on edge at times. But to be honest, listening to it, it just makes you emotional. And especially in the background of the film. And I talked about it with the director, actually, after the film. I went up to him and just congratulated him on the film. Could not have been nicer. Greg Quadar, I can't wait to see what is in the future for him. I think he just did a great job with the film and tackling it for a past near decade of his life and trying to really just get it to the best that it could be. While there were some things that held it back a little bit for me, it did feel like it was missing a little bit, and especially in the character side of things, I wish we got more from each of them. But there's no denying how sweet and tender it feels. Seeing all of these characters boost each other up, it just brings a smile to your face. I do feel like the idea that even in the darkest of times, you can find some sort of catharsis in expressing yourself, and in this case, these inmates working together to work on acting. At times it's really beautiful, and I think that Sing Sing does a really solid job at portraying that. I'm gonna give Sing Sing a B, and I would recommend streaming this one. I have a feeling this is going to be a movie that's going to be talked about for the upcoming months, and especially as we get into awards season, so make sure to keep it on your radar. And if you have seen the film, let me know what you thought of it down below in the comments. Again, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, as well as that notification bell if you enjoyed the video. And as always, look forward to more content coming soon. My name is Ben, people call me Meter, and I'll see you guys in the next one.